So in this screencast, I'm going to just try to show you quickly how to build a query using the Active Lives interactive query builder. So you'll see I've just done a quick Google search for Active Lives survey and it's brought up the Active Lives page. So if I click on Active Lives, it brings us straight to the query builder. So what we have to do is we have to select two data categories. So I'm going to select activities, which will allow me to choose the sports I want to look at, and I'm going to click on people because we're going to look at socioeconomic profile to try to understand the link between income and participation. Once I've done that, all I need to do is click build your query. So what I can do here is type in the name of a sport. So I can type in swimming and it will show me the activities underneath which are available. I've then got to click on to confirm that I'm adding this to my query. Okay, I can then go back and I can get rid of swimming, and if I wanted to, I could click on another activity. So let's just put sailing in for example. So I'm going to click on sailing. All right, now so you can build the number of sports that you want this way. Okay, so once you've done that, the next thing that we do is click continue, and we should then be able to choose the demographics. So I could choose whole population, but I'm not going to do this. I'm going to look at social status. And I'm going to use these four groupings, right? So I'm going to choose National Statistics Socio-Economic Classification 1, 2. So these are professionals in the higher earning groups. I'm going to use NSEC 3 to 5. These are middle socio-economic status, middle income earning occupations. I'm going to choose NSEC 6 and 8. We could also, and I will just include NSEC 9, which is students and others, but students are the main group here. And I'm going to leave it at that because we're just going to look at socioeconomic classification as a proxy for income when we're thinking about income as a determinant of demand. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm just going to click on continue. Then I have to tell active people which measure I want to look at. So active people ask people, have they done this activity within the last 28 days? Have they done it in the last year? Or have they done it as part of a club? So I'm going to click on frequent participation, and the measure that the Active Lives survey is at least twice in the last 28 days. So once every 2 weeks, at least, in other words. So once I've done that, I can click on continue. Okay, then what this is showing me is I don't particularly like the charting function in in Active Lives. This is showing me kind of different survey waves. I just want to look at the most recently available data for this, which is November. So I'm going to select individual waves. So the survey happens it happens continuously, but I want to look at the most recently available 12 months of data. So we can see this goes from May 16, 17, May 17, 18, May 18, 19, November 15, 16, November 16, 17, November 17, 18, November 18, 19. I'm going to click on that. Now, what this shows me is it shows me activity for sailing and activity for swimming. It kind of shows it's okay in what it shows me, and it does show some kind of for sailing. It shows some kind of social gradient, which is that you're more likely if you are in NSEC 1 to 2 than you are in NSEC 3 to 5. And what we can see is that NSEC 6 to 8 don't even show up on the data because there's just not enough of them participate in swimming. And also it shows us that students participate at quite a high level. If we click on the swimming tab, we'll see a slightly different picture in that, again, the people in the highest income groups are the most likely to participate. So 12.8% of people in NSEC group 1 and 2 participate. We can see that for NSEC 3 to 5, the figure is 8.6. We can see that NSEC 9, which is students, is 8.4. And we can see that NSEC 6 to 8, who didn't even show up on our swimming analysis, we can see that they participate at 5.7%. So they're about half as likely to participate as people in the highest income earning socioeconomic groupings. So we can see here a clear social gradient and a clear income effect in that, income elasticity of demand suggests that if you're in a higher earning group, you're more likely to participate in swimming than you are if you're in the lowest income groups. But if we compare swimming to sailing, we can see that really, in terms of the most likely to participate, socioeconomic group 1 and 2, there isn't even anything registering here for SEC 6 to 8 because they just don't participate at all. If you don't like that charting function, what you can do is you could simply export some of this data to Excel and produce a chart in Excel. So you could do that. I'm not going to show you how to produce charts in Excel, but if you did that, you could then use the charting function in Excel. And I think this would show you the data a little bit better. Okay, so that's all I'm going to show you. This was just a quick learning activity. If you build a query with a number of different sports, then you should be able to look at the difference that income has in determining demand and the income elasticity of demand in evidence for that. And particularly within sports, you'd be looking at the difference between the highest earning groups and the lowest earning groups. Okay, so that's the end of that screencast. Thanks.